Hey guys, DJ Arvine here, and I'm here at ADE 2019 with GNTN. And what are you guys going to be showing for us today?
We're going to talk about some creative ways of slicing in Ableton Live. We nearly use that technique in all of our productions, so we thought about showing some examples of how we integrate that into our productions. And yeah, hope you enjoy it.
Awesome, let's get started.
3 techniques of creative slicing in Ableton Live, which we use mostly in our own productions. This is kind of the final thing we're going to build today. Basically what we're going to do is just like build a simple noise shaker by first using the operator, then turning that into like an audio file and put that into slice mode. Then we are going to use organic nature sound, which we are going to turn into like a hi-hat loop. Like that. And we're going to use a vocal pad to kind of create this, arpeggio chopped up thing. So yeah. Let's get started.
So the first technique we want to show you is a noise shaker that we made out of white noise. And first of all, we're going to create the white noise. We're using the Ableton operator for that. So you just can switch the waveform here to white noise.
Yeah.
Just be careful with the volume, it's quite loud. So let's draw in a quick MIDI file.
Yeah.
So there we go. So it's just a basic
simple
noise.
White noise, basically.
Let's shorten it a bit. So it sounds like that at the moment. Now we're going to add an EQ to it to get rid of the low end here. So afterwards we're going to freeze the track and flatten it. So, and now we're going into the slicing process. So just go to slice in the MIDI track. You can take the settings we take. We think they work really well for it because it should going to be a fast shaker or noise percussion.
Exactly.
So let's slice it. So let's open the MIDI file to see what happened. You see there are notes that consist of the sound of the audio file. As you see here, it's the same length. And you have an envelope available here to control attack, decay, sustain, etc.
Now we're just going to play one with the sustain a bit to just create this more
Let's decrease
drum
the
groove
sustain
kind of feel.
and the decay, and you're getting a nice shaker style. Let's reduce it a little bit more. So now you can play with the decay and sustain in your arrangement, like going up on the decay for building up tension.
Exactly. So this is really cool because it enables you to make like a lot of automation in the course of your track, I guess.
Yeah.
And let's just do some simple processing with it as well.
Check the EQ again.
Just cut some more low end maybe.
Yeah, definitely. So what we like to do is add a chorus on it, just to make the attack of the sound a little bit more interesting. Just tweak the delays here a bit, play around with it as you like it.
Maybe just with the modulation as well.
Yeah, definitely. Then you get something like this.
It's
a little bit wider.
Yeah, it sounds really interesting already.
So what you can do now is, let's make a smaller MIDI file here. So consolidate this. And now we're going to add some groove to it. Just something like that, really quick one here.
Yeah, just because you have like all the slices of the initial audio file, you can be like really flexible with like playing around with the programming of the groove of the shaker.
Yeah.
So that's really cool as well.
So let's go for that. And what we like to do now is just duplicate, of course, and now it sounds something like that. To give it a bit more complexity and width, we're going to add a quick delay to it. So where it is, yeah.
Maybe just put that, yeah.
And you can also add a reverb.
To add some more room, of course.
Yeah, just make a quite short one here.
Yeah.
Let's close. So, and you get a nice noise percussion here. Let's automate it in the mix here a bit.
There we go.
Yeah. And
Maybe just play with the whole loop.
yeah.
Just put that. Yeah. And now you're like really flexible in terms of programming it and like automating it, so that's quite handy. So that's what we basically do all of the times with our like percussions, and what we're gonna do next is basically just take a pretty processed organic nature sound. So it sounds like that. As I said, it's pretty processed already. But what we're going to do now, it's just like the same procedure as what
like
Sal
a
just
rain.
did. Yeah. And we're going to create like a really nice moving hi-hat loop out of it. Just like again playing around with the sustain and decay a bit, so it sounds like that. What is really cool about that you now can again just change the slices a bit, so we can just like look for really cool hi-hat sound, taken out of the initial audio file again.
You can just play every slice here and listen to it.
Maybe just this one,
that
for
one's
example.
nice.
Was it that one? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Now again, you can just like be really flexible in terms of
You can do it
programming
even
your
faster.
hi-hat loop. Let's just put that out. Do that a bit faster. Put that out. And now again, we got a nice So that's basically cool already. Again, you can just like play one with the automations a bit, and what is really cool about that, you can now again just automate the envelope. And what is cool about the nature sound, that you can just like, as you want, for example, in a more breakdown kind of section of your track, you can just like let this more organic feel shimmer through. So that's, for example, like that here. Let's just use the sustain up here. So it's like feel to it. And what is also really cool, you can just open this little sidebar and you can play around with the stereo imaging of each individual slice. So you can also work on that a bit, just like as you like in your individual
if you're
track.
using different slices, you can pan them,
exactly.
and create a nice stereo image.
And let's just do some basic processing. That's cool already, I guess.
So the last technique, which we use a lot in our production, is turning pad sounds into more like arpeggiated sounds to give a really nice groove to the whole track. So let's create one. So you can basically use any pad you like for it. We're going to look for something with a vocal touch to it. For that, we're going to use Exhale by Output.
Yeah.
So you don't need to use this one, but we like
it's our
it really
favorite
much.
one, basically.
So just to get an idea, we're going to skip a few presets here. Yeah. And that one is already quite nice. It has these R sounds and R sounds that go really well with the slicing process. Let's listen to some more. No, that's not working. It's also quite nice.
That's cool.
That's really cool. I think we can go with that one. So it's basically quite easy, and
just create a MIDI clip again.
Yeah. So let's make it bigger.
Just with the root note of the track.
There we go.
Exactly.
So the track is in E. Let's draw in a note. So now it sounds like that.
Just a really simple patch, but now again, with the slicing technique, we're just gonna chop it up and just add more complexity to it, I
But
guess.
you have to keep in mind that you can't change anything in terms of
later on.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and the character of the sound. So be sure to make it quite final before you slice it. So we're going to freeze it and flatten it again. So
Now let's maybe take a part
let's
of
look
it
for a
with
good
attack.
part. I think that one is quite good because we don't have the attack here, and we have that R sound in there. It's already sounding quite nice. So let's consolidate the file here. So we can get rid of that and the tail, and then we're going to slice it again.
Just keep that.
So let's deactivate the audio. And now you're getting something like that. So just play around with the envelope again. You hear that clicky sound. So let's shorten it at first. So to get rid of that clicky sound, you just have to increase the attack. It's much more smooth, and you can automate it in the mix to give it more like movement.
Yeah, exactly. For example, to create some more tension before drop or like in the build-up.
Yeah, so let's just add an EQ to it.
So that's in general really nice because you can't really say what it is. It sounds like this Prigio kind of.
Yeah, but it was a pad, so
it's really.
You'll have the technique. Just going to copy and paste it here with the loop. So now we have something like that.
Maybe we can play one with the attack a bit in the loop to create some more,
let's automate it.
subtle changes.
There we go.
Yeah.
Attack. Let's automate it here. Just to add some movement. You can play around with it. So you hear now the automation of the attack coming here. Really subtle, but
Yeah, just adding some changes over your track is basically what it's all about. It's like
we like to add is the Haas stereo effect. It's like a psychoacoustic effect that delays the left and the right side of the sound.
Exactly.
You see there are two chains here, one totally pan to the left and one to the right. So let's listen to it again from the break here.
we really like to use these three techniques, as just said a couple of times in our tracks, because you kind of can process existing elements of your tracks pretty easily and just like again play around with the envelope section and just add some more complexity to the whole.
Yeah, it's always nice to just
track.
make the most of the sounds you already have in your mix.
Exactly. So yeah, we hope you enjoyed that little quick tip tutorial and see you soon.
Thanks, guys.